Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Go Knicks 14 back with another episode of my Purdue Offline Dynasty. Sorry it took so long between videos, but I was working a lot this past couple of weeks, so I didn't have the time to get video out as quickly as I wanted to. But anyway, back to the action. We're going to go ahead and jump into our week 3 matchup of the season, second game of the year against Notre Dame, who's ranked 24th in the nation. And this is the battle of the Shalila Trophy. I might be saying that wrong, so if I am, I apologize. If someone knows how to say it properly, please correct me so that I can be more aware of what I'm doing in the future. Anyway, like I said, Notre Dame is number 24 in the nation. They are led by super linebacker Manti Te'o. He's an All-American senior. They've also got Sierra Wood. They've got, I think they actually have Everett Golson starting instead of Andrew Hendricks at quarterback. But there you guys see the Irish right there tapping on the sign and the play like a champion sign as they're coming out of their locker room onto the field. So this is going to be a pretty tough matchup. I'm going to say that much because Notre Dame has won 6 of their last 7 matchups against Purdue, and with the team I have, probably not going to be able to change that much. So anyway, first quarter on Notre Dame's first drive, as you can see, that is Everett Golson back there. He's going to fake the handoff off to Sierra Wood. He's going to dodge a couple tacklers and some bad defense right there as he gets about a 20-yard run. Later on in that same drive, Golson's going to run the option. He's going to fake the pitch with Wood, and he's going to run straight up the middle on his own, getting Notre Dame deep inside the red zone. And now on 3rd and goal, it's going to be Golson handing it off to Wood, and Wood's going to punch it in for the first touchdown of the game as Notre Dame takes an early 7-0 lead. As you can see, the Irish fans here in the South Bend are getting a little rowdy. Later on in the first quarter, Notre Dame back with the ball. Golson does the play action fake, and he hits his tight end Tyler Eifert, who eludes one tackle. The guy jumped very, very short, honestly, and he gets some extra yardage there before being brought down. Same drive. It's 3rd and 6 now. Golson will drop back to pass. He's looking for the guy, and he finds his man, T.J. Jones, the junior wide receiver, down the sidelines for a touchdown, putting Notre Dame up 14-0. And as you can see here on the replay, he hits him on the outpost route with the cornerbacks just too slow to catch up to him, just a step behind, and that's all that Everett Golson needed to find him for the touchdown. Still in the first quarter now, Notre Dame already up 14-0. Golson's going to hand off Sierra Woods. Sierra Woods going to find that huge hole, and he's just going to fly down the sidelines. That one tackle could not do anything to slow him down, and Notre Dame is already up 21-0. We are not even out of the first quarter yet. Yes, this is going to be a long day. As you can see there, that cornerback got, might have been a safety. He got juked right there on Sierra Woods' run. They didn't come at the right angle. So Purdue already faced a deficit. The offense was very, very slow to start off the game, but finally we're going to get something going with this play action fake, and here we're going to find Crosby right down the sidelines for that nice little first down pass. As you can see there on the replay, he's wide open, and nobody gets him before he steps out of bounds. So, same drive right now. It's 1st and 10, late in the first quarter, almost coming to a close. We're going to send Crosby right in motion as we're doing this fake fullback, halfback flip play, and Ralph Bolden has daylight for a long, long way down the field. He gets into Notre Dame territory before he gets tackled. If he had the speed, he probably could have got a touchdown on that play, but I like to do, some different plays every now and again, and this was one that I probably never, ever, ever touch in the pro playbook. So we got 3rd and 7 now, and we find Wright again down on the sidelines. That's Caleb Terbush with the nice pass. He's getting his Purdue offense finally clicking. Took us about 7-8 minutes to finally get going, but this is going to lead to a field goal as we start the second quarter off. Right there, you just see we make the field goals and we finally get on the board, and it's now a 21-3 game. As you can see, that was Sam McCartney with the kick right there to put us on the scoreboard. Later on, halfway through the second quarter, Caleb Terbush gets blown up by, I think that was Manti Te'o. No, that wasn't Manti Te'o. That was the defensive lineman Lewis Nix, the sophomore nose guard right there with his sack, putting Caleb Terbush into the dirt. He's not too happy about that. So we're going to face 3rd and 15 on the same drive. Terbush is going to drop back to pass, and he sees his man streaking down the field, and he gets the pass off to him, and it's caught by Antavius Edison, the senior wide receiver, streaking down the field, and he gets the touchdown. Purdue's finally cutting into this lead with the The passing game, as you can see right there, he throws it right over the top of both defenders, and no one's going to catch him as he strides his way into the end zone. He should have been tackled right there, but I'm not going to complain about that at all. So we go into halftime down 21-10. And as you can see from the game track, it's just been Notre Dame just been running all over us. They kind of run that hurry up offense, which I really wasn't aware of, I guess, which is surprising because I watched a lot of Notre Dame games. I watched them play Michigan last year. I watched them play a couple teams last year, and I didn't really notice they run that no huddle spread style offense. But it seems to be killing us right now. So we're gonna go ahead late into the third quarter. As you can see, it's now Hendricks into the game. I'm sorry, Andrew Hendricks into the game as we knocked Everett Golson out at some point late in the second quarter. But just because they changed the quarterback doesn't mean a thing. As you can see, drops back to pass. He finds Sierra Wood on that HB screen, and he almost gets the touchdown. We stop him about a yard shy, but that doesn't do much because Sierra Wood's just going to punch it in 2 plays later to put Notre Dame up 31-10, putting this game efficiently out of reach because our offense, we've had some good plays, but we haven't done anything worthwhile. And as you can see, the players are all there celebrating because Notre Dame will take the win in week 3, 31-10, knocking Purdue to 1-1 on the season. And as you can see, the play of the game right there is when Sierra Wood just bust through that hole, and no one was anywhere near stopping him to that last guy. But by the time the last guy got there, Sierra Wood was going so fast that any tackle wouldn't have slowed his momentum up. And the fans in South Bend are cheering wildly as their ranked Fighting Irish will take their 2-0 record next week into East Lansing. They're going to play Michigan State next. As you can see, Sierra Wood, player of the game, 21 carries, 145 yards on the ground. So that's something we definitely need to address next week. And as you can see there, we were outgained on the total offense, 381 to 272, if I'm reading that right. Ralph Bolden had 16 carries for 45 yards, a little bit better than what he did week 1 against Kent State, but it's still, the rushing game needs to get going to help us out. Crosby Wright had a good game, 6 catches for 118 yards, and Atavius Edison had 4 catches for 82 yards in that long touchdown, that 62-yard touchdown, as you can see there in the stats. Bolden and Raheem Mostert had a couple of catches right there. But the story of the game is the 7 drops that the wide receivers had. That kind of really did a number on Purdue's offense. Will Lucas led the defense with 10 tackles right there, and then Nnamdi Ezenwa had 7 tackles and a sack. Four of them were assisted tackles, and then you see Chris Quinn there with 4 tackles, and he had half a sack himself. Ricardo Allen had 4 deflected passes. As you can see, the Notre Dame offense went at him and went at him often, unfortunately. Everett Golson only was 5 for 12, but he threw for 108 yards and a touchdown, while Andrew Hendricks was 9 for 17 for 95 yards. The 2 quarterbacks were sacked a combined 3 times, but nonetheless, they were able to come out of here with wins. As you can see, Sierra Wood once again, 145 yards and 3 touchdowns. Golson had 33 rushing yards himself on the ground, only taking the ball off 4 times. And as you can see, Sierra Wood was doing a great job of getting yards off contact as he had 56 of those. So that means once he was touched by the first defender, he was still able to get an extra 56 yards on the ground before being brought down. His longest run being there, that 47-yard touchdown run that we saw that put Notre Dame up, I think 21-0. And in the receiving game, as you can see, Robbie Toma, had 3 catches for 47 yards right there. T.J. Jones with 3 catches for 52 yards. Tyler Eford had 2 catches for 36 yards. And Sierra Wood even had 27 yards catching, giving him some decent numbers on the day. They didn't really have anybody do anything spectacular. It was just a matter of win by a unit there. Manti Te'o led the Notre Dame defense with 8 tackles and a sack. Prince Shimbo right there with 6 tackles. I actually went to high school with him. That's a little fun fact right there. He was a sophomore when I was a senior. Lewis Nix III, he had 4 tackles and a sack, and Danny Spahn also had 4 tackles and a sack. And he also had an interception, picking off Caleb Turbush. I think that was in the third quarter. But yes, as you can see there, the only plus side this week is that we did get a recruit to sign, field safety Bill Gandy. He's out of Horsham, Pennsylvania. He also had Pitt and Boston College on his list of teams interested in him, but he decides to sign with the Boilermakers. So that's our first signed recruit of the season. And next week, we're going to be taking on Eastern Michigan back at home in West Lafayette. They are 1-1 on the season, just like us. So hopefully we'll be able to get back our momentum and take a win. So stay tuned for that next.